Hello, hello, hello. Salut tout le monde. My name is Magaly Colimon-Christopher, and I welcome you to our pre-fest gathering for Conchal International Film Festival 2022. I am the founder and director of this amazing festival that celebrates and elevates the voices of Caribbean diaspora and Caribbean filmmaking. Conchal International Film Festival is presented by Conchal Productions. Our festival will be taking place in August 2022, on August 26th to 28th. So be sure to like our page, follow us, go to YouTube and subscribe so you can know what's going on and when it's going on. We're currently accepting submissions of films and screenplays. So go to Film Freeway and submit. Now, the reason why you're here today. Today, I have the honor of co hosting an amazing conversation with Maëlla Kancel of Karukerament Podcast. Welcome, Maëlla.
Hi, Magaly. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Let me tell you all about this amazing woman who's co hosting with me. Maella's podcast, the major theme of her podcast is sharing Caribbean narratives. Maëlla Cancel has lived by this motto since 2019. So that means this is her third year anniversary. And she founded this podcast to explore the representation of Caribbean people in film and television. And let me tell you something. Her company was one of our media partners in 2021, and she does the do. Okay? If you have not gone to Karukerament, go to Karukerament, Karukerament, the proper pronunciation,
Karukerament.
Karukerament, and learn more. Welcome, welcome. Now, like I said, we're going to be chatting with amazing filmmaker Alain Bidard. Alain Bidard, welcome, welcome, Alain.
Thank you for having me. Hi, everybody. Hi, Magaly. Hi, Maëlla.
Hi.
Let me tell you a bit about Alain. Uh, uh, Alain Bidard is an award-winning animation film director who lives in Martinique, and he has created animated films since 2000. So this is your 22nd anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm loving this. And he's been doing this since he graduated from Super Faucon. How do you say it?
Yes.
Super Faucon? One of
It's
the
super Focom, but
Sup-
today it's called Rubica.
Rubica. Okay,
Yes.
one of the best 3D animation schools in Europe. And we're all talking about animation and how more and more people of color have to get into animation. Alain Bidal has been doing this. He's been doing this. He's been directing several short films and documentaries and live action films, which are nominated internationally and has received awards. And his film, Réflexion, was in our film festival last year. Welcome, Alain.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
And by the way, everybody, as you can tell, Alain and Maëlla speak French, and I do too. Not as well as they do. So every so often, we're going to break into French.
Okay.
And you're going to be like, what are they saying? And those of you who speak French, you'll be like, oh, merci beaucoup. C'est fantastique. Parlez encore. Parlez plus. Eh? So this is going to be one of those parties because the Caribbean, we're a multilingual people. And so I am so thrilled to have these francophone people with us today. Look at these amazing people. Maëlla, I'm going to
Thank you so
pass the
much.
baton on to you.
Yes. Well, that's a great segue because I was thinking about how sometimes um, artists from Guadeloupe and Martinique are scared to try to go for the Caribbean market. And Alain did it. So I was wondering, can you tell us why or how did you get to start um, showcasing your work in the Caribbean?
How did I start? I wanted to I wanted to make everything for the French market first. because it's the easiest market. There is a system of a funding system in France that is really, really great. The problem is when you are not really from the mainstream French culture, it's complicated to enter this system. And I tried. A lot of people told me in my first 15 years of experience, a lot of people told me, you don't get the money because you didn't try or because you don't try enough. So I tried and tried and tried, but there's a moment when I said, okay, I'm going to try something else. And that's the moment when I start connecting with the Caribbean, because there's something when you are Martinican is that you are connected a lot with France, something that is really a territory that is 8,000 kilometers, but your neighbor, you don't know anything about them. And with my film Battle Dream, that was really the moment when I connected with the Caribbean, and I understood that they were really, really similar to us. We shared a lot of things together, and it was a wonderful discovery for me. It was like, I don't know, going for the first time in the United States. It was really, really interesting, and this journey, I don't regret to have gone through this, because it taught me a lot of things about me, about my culture, and there's we share a lot of things, and I also have a lot of things to learn from every single island. So that was the reason why I decided to go to the Caribbean. But at the same time, there's this nostalgia of France. So I tried with Battle Dream to keep connecting with France, but really, no, it didn't work really that way. So I decided from reflection, from the pilot of the series Battle Dream Chronicle, I decided to make everything in English first, get a French version too, but go with the people who help me, who want me, and if friends want to follow, that's great. But if they don't, that's not going to stop me.
So where could anyone find out about Battle Dream? I see the poster behind you. I see it. Battle Dream Chronicles.
Yeah.
If someone wants to find out about Battle Dream Chronicles, where would they go to find out about it?
On Vimeo on demand. So it's available on Vimeo on demand. It's available also on Amazon. And it's available on Koeli TV, which is interesting because there's Battle Dream, but there's a lot of other Black artists on this platform too. So and there's also the Caribbean Tales platform. So I
was waiting for that. Yes. I was waiting for that.
I mentioned it too. Yeah.
Okay. Caribbean Tales is an amazing film
I
festival.
Mentioned it too because,
the platform.
Yeah. And they were the first to offer me to go for VOD. Well, there's been a problem for connecting, but generally speaking, they have a lot of films. They have an offering that is incredible. So I'm really, really proud. And you can find this on this platform.
Caribbean Tales Festival. All right. And the great thing is we, Conch Shell International Film Festival, we have a relationship, a partnership with Caribbean Tales Festival. So I'm really happy that you share that. And you can go on their website and you can pay on demand to watch Battle Dream Chronicles. Now, allons parler de Opal. Avant qu'on... So, okay, allons voir un petit trailer de... Comment on dit trailer? Un petit trailer du film Opal. Now, Opal is currently in the film festival circuit. Am I correct?
Yes. Completely
Okay.
correct.
And I got the pleasure of attending an online film festival and seeing Opal, and I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you. Let us see it. Mon Dieu, that music
I
was
remember the
fantastic. Say it
I
again.
remember the first time I saw the trailer. I was like, I went on Twitter and I was like, you're going to love this film. You better watch it because it's awesome. It looks awesome and it is awesome and everybody should watch it.
Thank you.
So, tell us about Opal. What are the themes of Opal? Why should people be excited to go to the film festival to see it like I did? I was excited. I was blown away. Let's talk about Opal.
Opal is it's a fairy tale, a Caribbean fairy tale about a magical world. And in this world, everything is magic, everything is eternal, human live forever, animals live forever. And the source of all this magic is a young princess called Opal. And this magic is tied to her mood. So if she's happy, the kingdom thrives, and if she's sad, the kingdom dies. And at the beginning of the film, there is a couple of farmers who makes roses, and the roses are dying, and they try to know what is going wrong. So they call a magical creature called the Niroko to know why is it happening. And the Niroko discovers that it may be tied to the princess. Something's wrong with the princess. And we go to the rest of the film to try to discover what is going wrong and how to fix this.
And which film festival did I see it in? I can't remember. Is it currently in a film festival? Are you about to screen it in another film festival in the near future?
Yes, it's going to screen in the FEMI. It's
okay. Type it into the chat so that we can share it with the audience.
The FEMI in Guadeloupe, I believe in.
Guada represents.
Sorry.
J'ai dit Guada. I said Guada represents.
Oh, dis en français, non. Guada FEMI. Comment on dit?
Guada is the slang word for Guadeloupe.
Hold on a second. Our beautiful international conversation group. I am in New York, and it's cold, and it's going to snow. Where are you, Alain?
I'm in Martinique, and it's compared to New York, it's really hot.
What's the temperature? Is it sunny? Is it rainy? Should I be jealous?
Sunny, rainy, depend of the hour. But no, the temperature is warm. It's really, really comfortable, and a little bit too hot during the night. But yeah, it's great.
Et toi, Maëlla?
I'm in France, and it's very cold.
It's very cold. Is it going to snow? Because it's like really cold. I went for a walk and I had to put layers.
Yes, I don't think it's going to snow, but it's weird. It's so cold, but there's no snow.
Oh my gosh. That's why I love these platforms where we can come together no matter where we are, in cold France or very warm Martinique. I love it. I love it. So, Maëlla, you were one of our panel moderators in 2021, And we had an amazing conversation about, and no, in your panel, you had an amazing conversation about getting Caribbean films of various languages into the mainstream.
Yes.
And Alain, how do you feel that these film festivals like Conchel International Film Festival help with this process of getting Caribbean diaspora voices into the mainstream? I mean, are you a Caribbean diaspora? Are you Caribbean? Were you born in Martinique, or were you born in France and went back to Martinique?
No, I was born in Martinique, so I consider myself Caribbean diaspora. I'm Caribbean. At the same time, I also feel like African diaspora too, because well, that's my roots, and there's a lot of things that connect us, and but first Caribbean, and there's also, and there's my Martinican-ness too. So that's how I feel about in terms of identity.
Okay, so do you feel that film festivals that focus on the voice of the Caribbean diaspora, like Caribbean Tales, like Conchel International Film Festival, support getting your voice to be have a more international presence differently than the other film festivals that you've participated in that weren't focused on our unique voices?
I think so. First of all, well, it's true that I didn't answer this, but for an independent filmmaker, festivals are essential, because that's literally where our film are going to be seen. We don't have possibilities to show it in the big theaters. The big theaters want the big films, big movies, and with a lot of stars. So we don't really have a chance. And festivals are really where we can be seen. It's our theatrical release, and well, the CSIFF and the Caribbean Tales, those are festivals that are focused on us, on the Caribbean, and that's really important, because that shows that we have a reach, that we have an impact. All the festivals are great, but we like to see that our culture doesn't have to disguise or adapt all the time to please, and those festivals allow us to do that, and that feels good.
I'd like to add also that, as someone who attended the festival last year, it was my first time going to a festival that was dedicated to Caribbean cinema. So it was really meaningful to me. I think especially because in Guadeloupe and Martinique, like Alain said earlier, we are very focused on what France can do for us or with us. So we don't think about what we can do with other Caribbean filmmakers or other Caribbean artists. So the fact that we get to have festivals that are focused only on us, but that still allows us to meet other Caribbean artists, it's great.
Fantastic. So tell us how Karukerament and Alain Bidard got to know each other, because I met Alain Bidard through you.
Yes. So I actually watched Battalion Chronicle on the Caribbean Tales website. That was in 2018, summer 2018. And when I decided to launch my podcast, I thought this should be the first episode, because I mean, you guys have to go and listen to the episode to listen to me. the podcast is in French, and there's also the English version. And in the English version, I feel like maybe I'm a little bit more open and more straightforward in the way I describe my feelings about how important to me it was to see a film from a Martinican filmmaker with a lead character, with a female lead character that was strong, but not in the strong black woman stereotype kind of way. She was strong, but she was vulnerable. She was strong, but she wasn't afraid to say that she was sad, or she wasn't afraid to express her feelings. And I watched the film with my mom and my little sister, and it was the first time that we got to watch a Caribbean film together, and we felt represented. It was the first time. And I was like 34 or something, 33. So, and my little sister was 16, 17. So that's how I got to know the film. So when I posted the film, when I posted the episode, I tagged Alain, and he liked the episode. And since then, I've been supporting him as much as I can, because he does great things for representation, and I really wish that he got more support from his people. And when I say his people, I mean people from Guadeloupe and Martinique, because his work, like, you see how enthusiastic I am? His work isn't that much recognized in Martinique and Guadeloupe. Like, the news don't talk about him. Like, he wins in festivals, and you don't hear about him. Like, every time I meet someone from Guadeloupe or Martinique, I be like, do you know Alain Bidard? And they don't know him. And I'm like, you should go listen to Karukerament. That's how you should know, that's how you would know him, because he's someone doing great things for Caribbean cinema in general, but also for Martinican and Guadeloupean cinema, and people don't talk about him. So that's why I'm always right here saying, go Alain, you can do this, and we'll be here with you. So that's how we got to know each other. And it's really amazing to me that he really supported me without knowing me at all. Because when I launched my podcast, no one knew me. Like, I just decided one day, and yeah, no one knew me. And he was like, yeah, okay, thank you. And that was his history.
Alain, j'adore ta film. J'adore comme tu parles de femmes avec du force. Women who have spiritual power unknown to themselves, but all the female characters in Réflexion, in Opal, I did not see. Battle Dream Chronicles, I will see it. What inspired you to say, I want to be an animator? I love animation. I'm going to focus on telling stories with a beautiful stroke of a paintbrush, if there was such of a paint. I mean, what was your wake-up call as a creator?
Well, that was coming and going. I believe that from a very, very early age, from the age of 3 to the age of 6, I really wanted to create stories, because I was seeing my brothers and sisters drawing stuff. So I wanted to do the same. And I had this imagination. So I wanted to create things, to recreate what I was seeing. And that lasted until I was 18. And I decided to go and make art studies. But during the art studies, they really shape you to go into factory style kind of profile, because you have to be you have to go and be a person who is going to create a part of a film. So they really actively kill your ego, kill your the possibility for you to express, because that's not your job. So during a while, I really refrained from this. I told myself maybe that's not. Well, I'm already happy. I would be already happy to work in a big studio like Disney or Pixar. So I'm not going to try to look for more. But I tried. I was not conscious of my skin color because I didn't have any racism problem in Martinique. And in France, I was in Valenciennes, in the north of France. I didn't have problems. So I really was. I really discovered, found out about those problems, this wall, when I start looking for a job. And I didn't believe it was that first. I had to really push myself to analyze and see that there's a problem with my identity. So when I saw that, I came back to Martinique. I still wanted to go to the United States because the United States is viewed as the El Dorado, but I couldn't. And at this moment, the first I created my company in Martinique because that was what when I went to what we call the Pôle Emploi, is a kind of
The unemployment agency.
yes, exactly.
The
Thank you.
agency
Alors,
for
parle en
unemployment.
français, parle en français. Celui qu'ils ne peuvent pas comprendre, ils vont faire comme ça. Ah, qu'est-ce qu'il dit? Qu'est-ce qu'il dit? Et puis, tu peux parler en anglais encore. Allons, allez-y.
And they told me, il faut mieux créer une entreprise. You have to create a company because you will not find a job in Martinique in this type of things. So I created my company, and what people asked me, they told me, we don't want an animator or a modeler or compositor or editor. That's not what we want. We want a product. We want to film. If you make films, I can pay you to make I can pay for them. So from the beginning, I didn't know how to do everything, so I had to work on my weaknesses, and that's what I've been doing. And I was asked to create stories, and I was asked to create stories around problem in Martinique. So the first was AIDS. Then after that, there was a woman who were beaten, domestic violence. Yeah, and every time I was asked to create something in animation that could impact people, and that was about a problem in the island. So that's how I came to create stories that tell about us, tell about our problems, and put us in the first world, most important.
Beautiful. And you're multi-hyphenated, and I have to tell everyone that you act in Opal as well. Those who don't know, this man has a beautiful voice. You have to see Opal. Oh my goodness. I was like, who is the actor doing this character? And I waited for the credits, and I said, oh, Alain Bidard. Okay. So you are a multi-talented individual.
Yes, thank you very much. And honestly, that's a common practice in animation. The first voices that we call temp voice that we use for making the animation of the character. This is done generally by the artist working on the animation. And
But don't replace your voice, please. Don't get another actor.
that was the goal. And finally, I listened to the voice. I told myself, okay, that works, so I'm not going to change it. And but generally, well, that's what happened, and that's how I came to keep my voice in the final results, because that was not the plan initially. But thank you.
So before we close, Alain, Maëlla, would you like to share your favorite memories of Kancel International Film Festival 2021? Because we're about to go into 2022. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be streaming on filmocracy.com again. But what was your favorite memory of our first annual festival?
I'll go first. I think it's the gathering we had, because of the time difference, I couldn't stay up like until 3 a.m. to attend.
What was the time difference again between New York and France?
At that time, it was 6 hours. So I stayed up until 5 a.m. just to attend the
after party.
The after party. And there was the music, and we just had a nice conversation going. And like I said, we talked about ourselves. We talked about our identity, and it was nice to connect with people from other Caribbean islands. So that was my favorite memory.
Thank you. Alain?
There were two favorite memories. Well, of course, the fact that reflection was was a part of the festival, because this film was really done at a really particular time.
Tell us about reflection for those people who didn't attend the festival. And is reflection in festival still?
Yes. It's still in festival. It's a story. It's a love story. It's discussion between two lovers, and with a twist in the end. So that's all I can say.
Can I give something away about it that really touched me?
Yeah.
It was about love during the pandemic. You know, and it was very poignant how this event in human history affects the individual. And I think what was most striking for me is how it was a story that we could all connect with. My mission, my vision is to elevate and celebrate the voices of the Caribbean diaspora and the Caribbean artists. But the fact of the matter is, our voices are human voices, and we tell stories that impact all. And those people who told you that nobody wants to hear your story, shame on them. Because you tell amazing, powerful, universal stories.
Thank you.
Allons finir, allons dire au revoir en français. So close out in French, you beautiful people.
Merci d'avoir regardé. À bientôt. On se voit au Kancel International Film Festival de 2022.
Alain?
Merci beaucoup d'avoir regardé. Merci de m'avoir invité. Et c'est avec grand plaisir que j'ai participé à cette interview. Et j'espère continuer à créer des histoires qui vont vous impacter de la même façon. Donc,
mais oui, on va continuer.
Sans doute, et pour tous les filmmakers, for all the filmmakers out there, look up Pagode Films. There is an amazing animation studio that believes in the voice of the Caribbean diaspora and the Caribbean artists. You're not alone. Alain Bidard is out there trailblazing for you. You're not alone. And I want to thank you, Alain. Thank you, Maëlla, for joining and having this conversation and inspiring the Caribbean diaspora and the Caribbean filmmaker. We need people like you, amazing podcasters. I called you a reporter because basically you're an amazing reporter, Maëlla, saying our voices are relevant, celebrating what is heart-piercing and amazing about our work. And we need amazing, trailblazing artists like you, Alain, doing what you do, believing, and being the embodiment of a magnificent artist. And to those of you who are magnificent artists and want to embody your truth in the Caribbean diaspora, in the Caribbean, we are accepting films and short scripts on Film Freeway. Our early deadline is January 19th this week. That means early deadline means cheaper submission fee, but our regular deadline is April 15th. So you have time to believe in yourself, to take a chance on yourself, to take the space that you deserve. Submit your film, submit your screenplay, and be in the space. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to the audience. And to the film lovers, you have to go to the Femi Film Festival, okay? FEMI and see Opal. And you have to come to our film festival, August 26th to 28th. It's going to be on filmocracy.com. Go to filmocracy.com. You'll see our logo and you'll keep. And by the way, if you really want to know what's happening, like our Facebook and our Instagram page and subscribe to our YouTube page. We need subscribers. We need you. Film lovers and filmmakers, thank you so much. And come back next Friday. We're going to be having a conversation with Kancel International Film Festival 2021's Best Director Award winner, Ryan Lashman Singh. Till then, have a lovely, lovely Sunday, whether you're in the wonderful Caribbean sun or in the cold French American winter. Thank you and good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And I'm going to log out and we're going to smile and we have to hang out some more. We do. We definitely have to hang out some more. What's life without a good hangout, right? I'm loving it. See you soon.
Okay, bye.